un-American to do that. Exactly. So you said, oh, it's not racism, it's class. And I'm like, I don't get it because you are high class and we know it, okay? And I'm still spending my money with it. So again, what's the problem again? How's it classism? If I'm coming to you, if I'm coming to the owner, the owner was class. Okay. Everything in New York, come on, we ban it every week. Okay, so how's it classism? If you say something racist, you say, oh, the owner of Nike said something racist. You say it's classism. Throw that here. So I say, dudes off this money. Because black men get some money in their pockets, they want to be white so bad. They want everybody, I think they got money already. They tired of, that's what it is. That's why some move out of the neighborhood. They get the money and they want everybody else to have money. Okay, they don't. What you gonna do now? I'm gonna move around white folks because then they still unhappy. The white leaders. Hey, what are you talking about, dude? Y'all complain about white folks. You know, what we don't complain about. We complain about them stopping us and spending the money. There's this fighting going on, this civil war going on, and they don't want to spend the money. We have a problem with white folks not giving us money to spend. That's the problem? I said, give me reparations to give to all your grocery stores, all your clothing stores, all your every store you got right now. He said no. Huh? So I said, give me money that's unacceptable. Same money you gave up a 50 loan and everything. Give me some money. And I'm gonna spend it in your store. Nope. They're right at the stuff. I'm like the guy in the store every day. He's going to get away with soft drinks and all this. I'm in the store. He's like, man, he had cases of I think all these going on. And I'm looking like, yeah, you gotta give it away now. I don't get what the so basically y'all just gonna throw stuff away. You're gonna open up stores and realize they're not gonna look at their jobs like they want to. Because we don't like it. So why go to his job and just get fired? Why change my whole life? Go shopping, fast food, do all this extra energy just to get fired because I don't see good money. We ain't got time for that. But we're not doing it. We don't got fired enough already. We don't care about them DEI. I'm in at will state. I don't care about them DEI. They can fire me just because my shoes untied. And you say, okay, instead of sitting on fighting out every day, how about we give us reparations and we spend with y'all, and then we build our own, and then we don't even see our face no more. Nope, we can't have that. And then some people say, okay, a lot of people gonna waste the money and spend it. Okay, and that should make them give us the money faster. Nope. We get the money to people that take the other country. Ain't that something? Roofing, Stoner, everywhere else. Paying, what do you want to name? This is what they did. We get the money, we pay them out. And people say, oh, this no, they own the land. So don't worry about the money. You're not going to get the land. They know this. That's what I'm saying. So everything I'm telling my people, I'm like, I learned this from them. They be like, we ain't going to do that. Okay, why we won't? Because this and this. No, you don't own it. They own 90% of the land. And Asians and everybody else own the rest. What are you talking about? All you can be is a flashback. Now again, why are you not getting reparations? Yeah. They be like, oh, yeah, exactly. Then they get dumbfounded. I'm like, what are you talking about? Even we buy, we get land to put a facility on, or not even land, just buy a location and then we build it. Like, it's like buying a house. You don't own the land. Like my uncle got a house. My family got a house. They don't own the land. They own the house. Own the land purely outside of saying you own the land means they can't fly airplanes over your house and chemtrails. They blanket your sky and then kill your crops like that from the lack of sunlight. That's what owning a house is. Owning a house is not having a garden in your neighborhood, in your house, and it's dying because of chemtrails and dropping chemicals on. They're killing the trees that you purchased with the house. That's why I watch houses. That's not owning a house. You don't own above your house. They can fly whatever they want over your house. They can do what the hell they want to do. That means you own nothing. Still gotta pay taxes on it. Again, that's reparation money going right back to their pocket.
Eyes on enemy.
How you look at it, there's no way you can take that money and become free. It's impossible to do. You give us trillions of dollars in reparations and we still won't be free. So why didn't they get free? You can't find no proof of it. Exactly. No proof showing that. But I've seen that you can take that money and be free in that. You can't. You can make them free or make them feel free. You're not going to be free. And that's still a good thing. They keep them mad for money. But they won't do it. For some reason, they're trying to make them accepting phone and dance. Like a bad parent that spanks you wants you to respect the spanking, that's what they are. What you still love regardless of how evil it is. All ego.
Hostile gun.
Still love you, even though we just gonna raise the price on everything. The price of living gonna be here. We're not gonna raise up. Exactly. We're not gonna make sure you can survive because of this stuff. You can still be respected. And if you don't, we're gonna put you in prison. That's dictatorship at this point. At this point, this is a joke. So, why's a joke? Why we can't get the money to sustain? Why we can't get some money and kill ourselves? Basically, because if we die, you just get the money at the bank. And some of us, we eat ourselves to death. Some of us will overdose. I say 25% of us will kill ourselves with the money. The other 25% will do this. They will create conflict. Just try to be an army of the money, guys. So that's 50% of us will be dead from the money alone. So maybe it's that too. Maybe that it's like giving alcoholics, you know what I'm saying, money to play with and waste, and it's something ain't right. We don't have a country we can go to. Next.
Let me get some soup from my water room.
At least now, your body was totally I had a problem.
hard point. Secure the objective. Hard point locked down. We're
Delinquents.
winning. Keep it up.
Incoming frag. You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake.
Destroyed your RCXD.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Tossing sun.
Hard point identified. Hard point is secure. Hard point is active. Hard point locked down.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Shock charge identified.
Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point is secure. Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point locked down.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point located.
One frag. Never mind. Neutralized.
Hard point active. Hard point is secure. Hostile scout pulse in your AO.
Flashbang.
RCXD available.
Stop. Delinquents.
RCXD has been destroyed.
Hard point identified. Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point is active. Hard point locked down.
You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Stun set.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hard point located. Hard point is secure.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hard point active. Hard point locked down.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hard point is secure.
You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have the
You
hard
just
point.
made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint locked down.
Destroyed your RCXD.
Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Enemy sentry turret detected in your AO. Enemy scout pods detected. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Watchdog Helo incoming on your location.
Do you think that's funny? You just made a fatal mistake. Hostile grenade.
Hardpoint located.
You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint active.
You just made a fatal
Hostiles
mistake.
have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint identified. They're right where we want them. Finish the job. Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint locked down.
They're done.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a
Hardpoint
fatal
located.
mistake. You just made a fatal
Hardpoint
mistake.
active. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Grenade going out.
Watch out.
Hardpoint identified. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
You just made a fatal mistake.
All units prepare for exfil. This one's ours.
You just made a fatal mistake. overdrive. Incoming frag. We've taken control. Smoke out. Effective shot. Enemy grenade! Marksman tractor moved. Armed hostile. The next fade is full. Semtex thrown. Incoming frag. Neutralized. Right where I left you. Go after longer. Push up.
Down the sea line.
Hostile spring mine. Hostile Semtex. Damn it, we've lost the lead. Hostile UAV established overhead. Enemy
We
grenade.
got the lead. Now hold.
Enemy dropped. Hostile incendiary. Hostile grenade. don't get cocky. This shit ain't over. Incoming Semtex. Semtex drone. Watch out! Grenade! Perfect execution. The Pantheon's probably pissing
A
themselves
plan
right
well
now.
executed. Shabash, Sabko.
Enemy grenade! Target's down! Advance!
That wasn't even that good of a play.
Domination. Capture the objective.
You just made a fatal mistake!
Lock down
You
A.
just made a fatal mistake!
Hostiles reclaimed the lead.
You just made a fatal mistake!
Taking Bravo underway.
You just made a fatal mistake!
Taking B.
Going out.
We're losing Alpha.
You best say it.
You just made a fatal mistake!
Locking down Bravo.
I hope you know something about hand-to-hand combat!
Securing B. Locking down Bravo. Securing B.
You just made a fatal mistake! You just made a fatal mistake.
Spring mine.
You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake.
Losing A. Taking Bravo
You
underway.
just made a fatal mistake.
Don't
You
authorize
just made a
hostile
fatal
kilo cast.
mistake.
Hostiles up. Enemy UAV inbound. Hostile care package inbound.
You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake.
I don't know.
Net call. Sleeper agent detected. Securing C. Locking down Charlie.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Taking B.
You just made a fatal
Hostile UAV established overhead.
You just made a
Taking Bravo underway. Multiple enemy UAV contact. Hellstorm incoming.
You just made a fatal mistake. 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 You just made a fatal mistake.
We're losing Alpha.
something about hand-to-hand combat.
Contact thrust.
You just made a fatal mistake. You just made a fatal mistake.
Locking down Bravo.
Do you think that's funny?
Frag going out.
Your
You
tactics
just
not
made a
working.
fatal
Find
mistake.
another way.
You just made a fatal mistake.
I was totally acting in self-defense.
There's a mole among us. Find them. Underwhelming effort.
Start digging in your butt, twin.
Enemy combat.
Not this faggot laying on the ground for half the match. Faggot, shut up, dick.
Hardpoint. All targets declared hostile. Happy hunting, Crimson. Hardpoint locked down. The lead is ours.
He just made a fatal mistake. He just made a fatal mistake.
RCXD has been destroyed.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint located. Hardpoint active.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Capture the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down.
Now that that's out of the way, let's take. He just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
He just made a fatal mistake. He just made a fatal mistake. Can you find it amusing?
Hardpoint located.
Fatal mistake.
They've taken the lead.
Deploying RCXD.
Hardpoint active. We've taken the lead. Stay on task.
He just made a fatal mistake. He just made a fatal mistake.
Hostile RCXD in your AO. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Deploying RCXD. He just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint
He
identified.
just made a fatal mistake. He just made a fatal mistake.
have captured the hard point. Hard point is active.
He just made a fatal mistake.
You're falling behind, Crimson. Hard point is secure. Hostiles have the hard point. We've claimed the advantage, now hold it. Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point located. We've given up the lead. Hard point active. Hostiles have the hard point. Locked down. Enemy UAV inbound.
Flags been destroyed.
Deploying RCXD.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint identified.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint is secure.
He
Hostiles
just
have
made a
captured the
fatal
hardpoint.
mistake.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Attack on. Requesting recon overhead. RCXD active.
Hardpoint locked down.
He just made a fatal mistake. He just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
He just made a fatal mistake. He just made a fatal
Hardpoint
mistake.
located. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint locked down.
I hope you know.
RCXD detected. We've taken the lead. Stay on task.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active. Hardpoint is secure.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Delinquent. You just made a fatal mistake.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint located.
He just made a fatal mistake. He just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint identified.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Deploying RCXD.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Close it down. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the
He
hardpoint.
just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint locked down. Captured the hardpoint.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint located. Hardpoint is secure.
Thermo incoming.
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint locked down.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Attention.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Ready.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint is secure. Hostile RCXD in your AO. Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Enemy RCXD detected.
Do you think that's funny? I hope he just made a fatal mistake.
Hostile UAV established overhead. Enemy UAV inbound. Sitrep, LDVR incoming. Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Enemy
He
UAV
just made a
inbound.
fatal mistake. He just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint located.
He just made a fatal mistake.
Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Mission goals agreed. Dispatching team to mop up survivors.
Thank you.